Sanmeet.
And how long have you been driving for?
2006 I started, so almost like 10 years.
Okay, wow, cool, man.
9-10 years, yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
Like initially I started because I had uni in the morning, so I had to work to pay the bills off, so I started driving cab in the nights.
Yeah.
So just continued, that's it.
What do you think of the current state of the cab industry? Do you think it's in a good state or a bad state, or?
It's in a mess.
Yeah?
It's in a mess.
Why do you think that?
I think the technology, the new apps like Uber and other stuff,
Yeah.
like we have to go through like a training of two weeks, and Uber is like, if you have a car, you don't have to go for any training, no medical test. Every 3 years we go through a medical test like eyes, heart rate, blood pressure, things like that.
Yeah.
But Uber is just, you have to have a car, that's it, nothing else.
You don't think the Uber thing is fair, probably, huh?
It's not fair.
Yeah.
Until and unless it's regularized, something like that. But the government does nothing. They do checks, but like once in a week, and people go off the road and then they come back.
Yep.
Very easily. We're not saying that don't bring competition in this market. Do bring, but it should be regularized under the Taxi Service Commission, TSC.
Yep. Have you considered Uber driving yourself at all?
No, never.
Yeah.
I just want to stick to one job.
No, that's entirely fair enough. Is there anything else that you'd like to add? Anything that you think is important?
I think people should, understand the value. If somebody is driving for 10 like hours,
Yeah.
you should at least. I'm not saying that you do something special, but just be nice. On Friday and Saturday nights, people, spark you for no reason.
Yeah.
4 boys get together, having to like end up their night with a laugh. Why the taxi driver? Why you spark someone for no reason? Just put yourself in a driver's situation for 2 minutes, and you will understand everything.
Awesome. So far, it's been great.
Yeah.
Passengers have been pleasant, beyond pleasant, nice even. So far it's been a great experience. Made a bit of money, not a huge amount of money, but more than I would expect from a part-time job.
And why did you get into it?
First of all, it was just to make some extra money. I don't have a lot of savings, and with a full-time job that comes first, that has shifts all over the place, having something where I can do, if I've got a spare hour, has been perfect.
What do you think of the cab industry in Melbourne?
I think being a cabbie is a thankless job, and I don't think that people or customers, passengers, riders, really understand how much they put taxi drivers through. How many times they don't show up for fares, they don't show up for bookings, they do awful things in people's cars. And then they wonder why, you treat them badly, and you wonder why they treat you badly back. I think the big difference is that with Uber, people are accountable for their behaviour.
Have you had any bad experiences with cabs personally?
Bad experiences with cabs.
Yeah.
I have drivers that will go the long way, and if I'm hungover or a bit drunk, I know I'm being taken the long way, but I don't argue with it anymore. But does it happen? Absolutely. Cabs that smell, don't show up. My favourite is the day that I knew I had to get somewhere urgently, called from the front yard, saw the driver drive down the street at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and then reported that there was nobody there. It's those sort of things.
So traditional, like in the past with the cab industry and stuff like that, getting an operator license can be quite expensive, like to the extent when people are spending, hundreds of thousands of dollars taking out mortgages on their house and stuff like that. And, understandably some of them feel a bit hard done by, particularly the ones who have been in the industry for a while. Do you think it's what are your thoughts on the the kind of arrival of Uber, and do you think it's fair? Do you think they're being hard done by?
I don't think Uber is fair at all. It's specifically disruptive. It's disruptive. Does it highlight that there is a problem in the taxi industry? It does. Is it, if we asked for, no, sorry, well, I shouldn't say we as Uber, but if Uber had asked for permission, it would never come. If it's here and people are doing it, that changes that forces somebody's hand.
Do you see Uber having a lasting effect on the cab industry, and how do you see that happening?
I actually had an Uber passenger on Saturday night who had just previously been in a cab. The taxi driver had offered him a bottle of water or juice in a taxi, which I thought was hilarious. But I think it shows that Uber is having a rising effect on customer service.
Yeah, 100%. What would you change about the cab industry?
What I would change, and this is why I think Uber works so well, and I was having this conversation with somebody before. With Uber, if you don't show up for a call where you've called a driver, because Uber have your credit card, you're charged $10 for the no-show. So I've driven out of my way, I've gone to your house and I've got halfway through there, I've gone through 3 lanes of traffic in a different direction than where I was going, and you cancel, I still make $8, Uber still make $2. For a cabbie, that doesn't happen. You don't show up, does he just sit there and wait? Does he use his phone to make a phone call? So if it maybe changes customers or riders' behaviour, then it's a great thing.
What do you think about the fact that there's no training required to become an Uber driver?
That's a really great thing. All of the training that taxi drivers go through, are they doing defensive driver training? Are they doing advanced driver skills? No.
Not as far as I know, no.
No, me as well. So from a safety driver point of view, I don't see the difference between me with my regular driver's license and a taxi license. The taxi licenses, I mean, I've had a look at some of the questions that they ask, and it's all about legislation, guide dogs and passengers and refusing fares and not refusing fares. I think there's probably a different expectation when riders are getting into an Uber, that an Uber driver doesn't know every landmark in Melbourne, doesn't know every back street, but as long as you put the address into the GPS is going to get us there.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I think Uber is working really well because it balances the driver and the passenger. And because everybody knows that they're accountable for their behaviour, everybody behaves at a better level.
Oh, okay.